Bought a Denon Soundbar, but the sound still feels underwhelming? Most of the time, it's not the soundbar, it's these common mistakes people keep making. In this video, we're breaking down 5 Denon Soundbar mistakes that can completely ruin your audio experience. Fixing just one of these can instantly improve clarity, bass, and surround sound. Stick around till the end, and don't forget to subscribe for smarter audio tips. Mistake number 1. Denon AVR X6700H. The Denon AVR X6700H, despite being marketed as a flagship powerhouse, comes with several frustrating issues that make many buyers feel like they've wasted a huge amount of money, often $2,500 to $3,000 depending on the region. First, the unit runs extremely hot, even at moderate volumes, which not only affects performance, but also raises long-term reliability concerns. Many users end up buying cooling solutions just to keep it stable. Its HDMI 2.1 implementation was notoriously flawed at launch, requiring external adapters for full compatibility with PS5 and Xbox Series X, something you absolutely don't expect at this price point. The receiver's Odyssey Multiple EQ XT32, while powerful on paper, often struggles with bass integration and room correction, leaving many users tweaking endlessly or paying extra for direct live, which isn't even included. Despite its high channel count, the X6700H can drive all channels with full power. Once you start using 11 channels, real-world wattage drops significantly, making people question why they paid flagship money for mid-tier performance. The internal build quality is good but not exceptional, and for the price, many expect higher quality preamp sections and cleaner analog stages. Firmware updates have also been known to break features temporarily, causing HDMI dropouts, networking issues, or surround glitches. When you consider that cheaper receivers now offer similar formats, Dolby Atmos, DTS, X 8K video, eARC, the X6700H starts looking like an overpriced luxury purchase with outdated design, thermal problems, and features that don't justify its premium cost. For many buyers, the hype doesn't match the actual long-term experience, and the money spent feels like a massive overinvestment for performance you can get for far less. Mistake number 2. Denon AVR X6800H. The Denon AVR X6800H, despite being a flagship powerhouse, still carries several drawbacks that make many users feel they're overspending for features they may never fully use. First, its price is extremely high, and once you factor in taxes and optional upgrades like direct live, you're easily spending over $3,000, which becomes hard to justify when mid-range receivers now offer 80% of the same features for half the price. The X6800H is also huge and heavy, making it difficult to fit into normal media cabinets, and it runs hot, meaning you'll likely need extra ventilation or a cooling fan, another hidden cost. Even with its 11.4-channel design, you still need an external amplifier to unlock all 13 channels, which feels unfair considering the premium price. Many users complain that Denon's menu system and setup interface haven't evolved, still looking outdated compared to what you'd expect from a top-tier receiver in 2025. The unit's power rating is also inflated, measured at one channel driven rather than all channels, meaning real-world power is much lower than advertised. HDMI performance is excellent, but the full 8K/4K 120 support still depends on compatible cables and displays, so not everyone will benefit. And although audio quality is fantastic, the benefits of formats like DTS, X Pro, Oro, 3D, and IMAX enhanced only matter if you have a full, expensive speaker layout, otherwise you're paying for features you'll never hear. In the end, the X6800H is a beast, but for most people, it becomes a paying for prestige product where a massive portion of your money goes into features, channels, and processing power that you simply won't use in a normal living room setup. Mistake number 3. Denon AVR X8500H. The Denon AVR X8500H may look like a flagship monster on paper, but once you dig deeper, the cracks begin to show. Its massive and extremely heavy chassis makes placement difficult and demands a well-ventilated open rack, otherwise it tends to run hot, and some users even report unexpected shutdowns during long movie sessions. The interface and HEOS app feel outdated compared to modern streaming platforms, with occasional lag, buggy behavior, and limited control options for such an expensive product. For a receiver in this price range, the absence of native room support is disappointing, and its networking features don't match the expectations of serious audiophile streamers. Even the HDMI board, although loaded with ports, doesn't deliver the smoothest switching performance, and early units had known handshake issues. On top of that, paying such a huge premium only makes sense if you're actually running a full 13-channel Atmos setup, otherwise most of the power, features, and amplification go to waste. Its power consumption is also very high, and the unit tends to get noticeably warm even at idle, adding to long-term wear concerns. And while its sound is powerful and clean, the tuning leans slightly bright, which can become fatiguing with certain speakers. Ultimately, the X8500H feels like a device that gives you brute strength, but not the modern refinement, efficiency, or streaming polish that today's ultra-premium buyers expect. For the price you pay, too many small compromises stack up, making it feel like a heavy, overbuilt machine trapped between old-school design and new-age expectations. Mistake number 4. Denon AVC X8500H. The Denon AVC X8500H may look like a flagship beast on paper, but when you break it down, it has several flaws that make many people question whether it's worth the massive price tag. Its first major weakness is the oversized, extremely heavy chassis, which not only demands a strong AV rack, but also causes serious heat buildup, especially since this unit runs hot even at moderate volumes. For such a premium receiver, the aging HUS platform feels outdated, slow, and buggy, with app control issues that shouldn't exist on a product costing this much. Another limitation is the lack of native Roon support, a surprising omission for a flagship that claims to target serious audiophiles. Despite its 13 channels, most users will never fully utilize 13.2 setups, meaning a large portion of what you're paying for goes completely unused. The power rating also drops significantly when driving all channels, which exposes a reality that this flagship power is not as limitless as marketing suggests. Firmware updates have occasionally caused stability issues, including random shutdowns or network dropouts, something unacceptable for a premium device. And if you're not placing it in a perfectly ventilated space, overheating can become a real problem over time. Add to that the fact that new formats and HDMI revisions arrive rapidly, and this expensive machine can feel outdated faster than expected. You end up paying thousands for features you might never use, performance that doesn't always match the hype, and a design that requires perfect conditions just to operate at its best. For many buyers, that makes the AVC X8500H more of an overkill purchase than a smart investment. Even though it's powerful, it simply isn't efficient, future-proof, or user-friendly enough to justify the enormous cost. And unless you truly need 13 channels of processing, you're essentially throwing money at specs instead of real-world performance. Mistake number 5. Denon AVRX6900H. The Denon AVRX6900H, while packed with features and power, comes with several drawbacks that potential buyers should consider. First, its large size and heavy weight make it difficult to place in standard AV racks, and it demands excellent ventilation to avoid overheating. The firmware and HUS app support can sometimes be inconsistent, leading to occasional glitches with network streaming or updates. Its high price makes it a significant investment, which may not be justified unless you are fully using all 11.2 channels and advanced surround features. Additionally, Roon and other audiophile integrations are not natively supported, limiting its appeal for high-end music streaming setups. Users also report that the Odyssey Multiple EQ XT32 room calibration can require multiple adjustments to achieve optimal sound, and the unit can draw substantial power even in standby, increasing energy costs over time. For smaller rooms or simpler setups, much of its capability remains underutilized, making it an expensive overkill for those who don't need a full flagship system. Overall, while it is a powerful and versatile receiver, the Denon AVRX6900H has limitations in usability, software support, and costs that buyers need to carefully weigh. So those were the 5 Denon Soundbar mistakes that quietly ruin your listening experience. Avoiding these small errors can make a huge difference in clarity, bass, and overall sound. If this video helped you get better performance from your setup, you're already ahead of most users. Subscribe for more honest soundbar tips, setup guides, and buying advice.